what happened in the projection booth?
Well, I was at the rewind bench, as I am right now. I was holding what is called as a picture head in my hand, and my toolbox was to my right, and in the toolbox I have a cloth that I put small tools in. It's easier to find when I need the small tools, because the box also has lots of tools. So I just wrap the cloth up and put it in the box, and when I need the small tools I take it out and lay it on the floor, and it was right here to my right foot. And I saw in my peripheral vision the lady who was my administrative assistant also lived in the building. And I asked her for my yellow-handled screwdriver. I had a tendency to name the tools so that if someone was going for it, they would know which tool I wanted, because they were familiar with the names that I used. I needed my yellow-handled screwdriver, and I was holding this unit. I didn't want to let it go because it required that I keep it together until I had the screwdriver in my hand. Well, she said nothing, and she didn't get the screwdriver that I asked for, and I put the unit down, and I turned around and she was gone. Well, I was upset by it because I had to realign everything again, but I reached down into the rag, I picked up the screwdriver I needed and held it while I moved the equipment around again, and then I used it to tighten what I had to tighten when I asked for the screwdriver to begin with. Then I went into the house and I said, her first name was Sarah. I said, Sarah, you were standing right next to me. I asked for the yellow-handled screwdriver. Why didn't you give it to me? And she said, Charles, I never left the house. She was in bed doing crossword puzzles. And as I thought about it, I never heard the projection booth door open or close, whether she's coming in or leaving. And I saw her as clearly then as I can see you, Dan, in my peripheral vision holding the camera in your hand. That was one incident of many incidences that happened in this building.
And this is a projection booth then where...
Yes.
Can I take a shot out here? So this is where you see Lady Rivoli. She comes out to the theater.
She has a tendency to always emerge from the right side of the auditorium. That is to say, the west side of the auditorium, between section number, between aisle number 4 and aisle number 5, which is the 4th section. The sections read from left to right as you face the screen. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the aisles also. 1, 2, 3 is the center aisle, 4 and 5. She always comes from the right side of the theater and moves slightly to the east. As she's moving to the east, a vague form of a lady begins to appear just before 3 o'clock in the morning. And at exactly 3 o'clock, as you see the vague outline of this woman with long hair, little past shoulder length, it collapses and she's gone. But at that exact time, there's something in the auditorium also moves. At least you can hear it. She appears at 3 o'clock in the morning, and there's a sound of something that has moved.
Okay. All right.
Every night of the week. Never fails.
Tell me, I think you answered this for me when I asked you before, but tell me when you stopped, just kind of, when you sort of gave up on the theater. When was that?
Well, I closed down, if that's what you want to hear. I closed down February 12th, 1992 was my last day of operation.
Okay. Then when did it start like leaking and that kind of stuff? What were you doing?
The building started to leak. It showed signs of leakage in '97. All the roofs were very weather tight. But after my son had committed suicide, May 17th, 1992, I kind of threw the towel in. I didn't feel much like doing anything in the way of maintenance on the structure. It began leaking the winter of 97, 98. Until that time, the building was in excellent condition. I say excellent, that is to say water had not penetrated through the roof until 97, 98. Then it became progressively worse until it got to the point you see it today.
Well, what are your hopes for the future for the building?
Well, I would like to see the building restored. I'd like to see it up and running. I would like to see motion pictures on the screen once again. I'd like to see stage shows, as this theater used to have stage shows, and it had some of the biggest names. Bruce Springsteen played here. The Carpenters played here. Linda Ronstadt was here. Joan Baez. The Singer Midget family was here. We all know them from the Wizard of Oz. Johnny Cougar Mellencamp gave a concert here from the stage in October 1976. Spirit was here, Kansas. Supertramp, 10cc, Quiet Riot said that of all the venues they had appeared, to them the Rivoli had the finest acoustics. Mm-hmm. And everyone felt the same way. Acoustics seemed to be second best of none. I don't think Universal Studios planned it that way. It just happened to be that way.
How are you feeling personally right now? Are you doing all right, or?
Well, I don't feel very well for several reasons. One, because of Jason's suicide death. My wife had died October 2nd, 2005 from the effects of Alzheimer's. And the Health and Hospital Corporation has deemed the building unsafe for human and animal habitation. So I live elsewhere. I cannot sleep in the building. I cannot stay in the apartment that I considered mine, but I can enter during the daylight hours and make whatever repairs necessary. Or at least show some indication that the repairs are being made.
Okay.
A quitclaim deed will be submitted to the Rivoli Center for the Performing Arts. Hopefully they will accept it and I'll take it down to the recorder's office, and the building will no longer be mine. It will be in the hands of the not-for-profit.
And then what, will you just live next door then and help with the theater, or what?
Well, I will live in another place of abode. But I'm sure my services will be required, hopefully.
Well, I think they need you. Let me just want to get a couple B-roll shots of this stuff. And those are the projectors over there? Or a projector? Yeah.
That is a 35 millimeter projector. In fact, there are two of them.
Oh yeah, I see.
One to your right.
Those were the ones that were here, right?
Yes.
They still functioning?
Yes. Well, they haven't been operating since the mid-70s.
Going back in here. Is that where we're going?
Yeah, let's go back in.
I can't see the trees from the forest.
Well, a lot of people have